yourself. My name's Jules Wyman and I'm the founder of The Confidence Garden. I'm passionate about the topic of confidence. There's so many different aspects to it and so many different levels. The first point to look at is around your focus. If you feel that you are lacking in confidence, my guess would be that your focus is on what you can't do, where you failed and how you feel that you've got things wrong. What would happen if you changed your focus? What would happen if you shifted your perspective from where it was into a new one, which you'd maybe have to use your imagination with? But what if you focused in on what you have achieved, things that you have been successful in, things that you have done? So, for example, what if you started to think about all that you've achieved in your life, from learning to talk, learning to walk, learning to pass an exam, swim, ride a bike, drive a car. The list, I am sure, is endless of all the things that you really have done. What would happen and how do you think you would feel if that was your focus on a daily basis? Because my hallucination would be that if you were focusing in that direction, that you would start to gain even more confidence in yourself, which, if you're watching this video, is what I suspect that you want to do, is it not? The second aspect to look at is around your language. How are you actually talking to yourself, both internally and externally? Because that's a real key indicator of how you feel about yourself. And if you want to grow your confidence, then if you make a mistake and then you're telling yourself what an idiot you are or how daft you are or stupid, etc., then really is that going to inspire confidence in you to have another go or even have an attempt at something new? Look at how you're speaking to yourself. Language is so important, and start to use kind language. Give yourself a break and actually be nice to yourself. Would you really speak to a best friend or a family member or even a child the way that you speak to yourself currently? And yet you probably want them to have confidence in themselves. So because you want them to have confidence, you speak kindly to them. How about if you turned that around and started speaking kindly to yourself? I know the difference that it's made in my life, and I'm sure that if you started to put that into practice, you'll gain even more confidence in yourself. Which again is what you want to do, is it not? They're there to help us learn. So instead of focusing on getting it wrong and being a bad person, etc., why not stop and at the end of the day ask yourself, what have I learnt today? What have I learnt today? And not only that, how can I use that information in the future? I know that when you learnt to walk as a child, you will have fallen over at some point, yet you didn't sit there and stop. What you did is you decided to learn and use the information from falling over to get back up again and have another go. And you use that information to inform your next step. So at the end of every day, take a moment to think about how you can use the information from that day, those lessons, to help you in the future.